So hello there, welcome back to this amazing channel. I keep recording this, don't mind. Today we're doing a Hector, like a Hector. Something like this. This is my Hector here that I'm gonna do. It's gonna be for 60 Hector, a very original character. I know, I made it myself. Anyway, let's get into the Hector, right? So first of all, you will need to have a character. Here's my character design. Second of all, you need to have a head. It's already here, right? And obviously, you need to have a software to work with. I'm gonna use Krita for this. I know that one of you out there asked me to do a character turn around thing in Open Tools. I don't use Open Tools that much, so I am shit at Open Tools. So there's plenty of other people who use Open Tools. Go ahead and look at their videos. I am gonna use Krita for this. Okay, good. We settled this very well, nicely. Oh yes. Anyway, I have my pen here. You saw the amazing animation. It was talking over here. This is my cleanup animation. Believe it or not. Oh boy, and this is the first. It's not the first, but I recorded this without any preparation, and this is my first try. I did this, and there's the animation that I did. It's disgusting. So I was like, wait, I'm doing this so wrong. It's insane. Here's a better version of this. Before I show you the footage, because I recorded this while I was doing it, and I'm gonna show you the very rough animation, which is happening over here. Here are my keyframes. The keyframes in blue are my main poses that I use for this. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then I switch a little bit, but you will see later on. So these are my main key poses, and the green keyframes. The green keyframes are the keyframes that I did. The drawings that you see here that I did later. These are my in-betweens that I use to do between, let's say, this keyframe and this keyframe. This is my in-between that I did, and this is how this works. When I went to do the cleanup, I used a circle. I drew a circle on a blank this here on this on this layer, right? I drew a circle on the layer, and on top of that layer, I started. There we go. On top of that circle, I tried to draw the character, well, the head of the character, based with the rough animation I had, and with the circle behind, I tried to replicate the positions. So that way, this circle that you see here was acting as a guideline for me to follow around, where the eyes, the ears, and the mouth would be, and of course we have an extra detail here, which is the arrow of the character. So let me just pull up to walk you through exactly what the hell I'm talking. Where is it? 2 hours later. So this is how I started. I first drew all the well, they're not all the positions, but we have the face that is facing in front, the face that is facing sideways, and there's the 3/4 3/4, whatever that position was called, and I tried to adjust. You see those blue lines that I did later on to see where are the eyes exactly, and where the ears, and where's the arrow, and I didn't pay much attention to the mouth. But based on that, I started drawing my first position. Now there's a couple of ways you can do that. I kind of did it the wrong way, I think, because I start animating straight away, if you will, and that's not ideal. The best way you can do a head turn around is the way you see above the sketch that I'm doing. The 3 main sketches that I did is the best way to do that, because once you draw the lines, you can adjust the different pieces of the face. And as I said, I had a little trouble with the ears. I positioned them to be on the same level. The same thing for the eyes. I didn't pay that much attention to the eyes though. But the idea with that method, when you have your main positions of your character, in this case, the head of the character. You can readjust the elements that you think that you screw up, right? And you can like do them to be almost on the same level. And once you have all of your positions of the head, let's say these are my three main positions, you know that you will see that we are going to control more than these three positions. Once you have that, you can take individual each one of those drawings, each one of those sketches, and put them in keyframes. And then the way I'm doing it down there, I'm just drawing your position. And once you play that, it will look way more smooth, I think, in my opinion. I did not do that. I decided to do this straight away, and the way you do it straight away is to focus on the big shapes. As you notice, I'm doing this with the head itself. I'm trying to figure out the form of the head. It's a little chibi head. Yeah, it's a chibi head. I draw stuff. And I'm trying to keep the form of the head once I rotate. The way I'm trying to picture how the head will be rotated. So I'm trying to say. Then I went back again once I did the head. I start adding the ears as another element to the head. We don't have ears, I think. Last time I checked, yeah. Then I start doing the ears, and I try to do position for the eyes as well. Then later on I did the eyes, and then I added the arrow of the character, and then I think the mouth. So I got my, let's say, my main keyframes. Once I did that, I decided that the head is not turning smoothly enough, so I went back and I added the in-between keyframes to that to get that smooth turn around. Now, this is my rough animation, so it wasn't perfect. And that's when I decided to add that one circle there. That I'm not going to change that circle. I drew that on a different layer. I lowered the opacity of that layer. And I started doing the clean work on top of that circle and on top of the rough animation I did in the first place. So that way I can try to keep the shape of the head to be consistent. Which kind of work out well. You can use this principle, the same principle for the rest of the character. If you're gonna do the full body, I guess you can focus on the individual elements, and you can keep the proportions that way. When you have like a guideline circle, in my case it was the circle for the head, but you can do the exact same thing for the rest of the body. You can help yourself that way. This is how I did this. Yes, my design is very simple. Yes, it's very original, I know, but it kind of worked out very well in the end. I kind of really like the final result. It is rotating. It looks fine to me. If I had spent more time on this, I would probably do it a better job. But if you're having struggle with those kind of stuff, remember that you can always, like make a new layer, and then Krita. That's how we do it there, and you can try to, help yourself with, reference, or try to with those reference, not reference, guidelines, if you will. These guidelines to really to coordinate you where exactly is the mouth, where exactly are the eyes and such. Draw the positions and then put them into individual keyframes. That way, it will look more accurate, I guess, rather than this. This way also works. What I did is I have the clean work on top, and then I went back to color the arrow there. This one and this one, these two keyframes, they look very similar, aren't they? Because they have the same keyframe, I just flipped the drawing. But there's a trick here. If you try to copy a keyframe, there's two options that you can copy a keyframe. One of them is obviously copy keyframe. There you go. If you hit the right button, you can copy the keyframe that you want, and then you can come later and paste it to the place that you want. But there's another option, which is clone keyframes, which is not ideal for this kind of job when you want to take, let's say this position here, this drawing, and come over here to flip it. if you clone this keyframe and then you try to flip it on the next keyframe, let's say, the way the cloning function works is literally is cloning your drawing, and if you make if you make an edit, if you try to change that keyframe, the change that you're gonna make is gonna apply to the clone keyframe, which is not ideal for this kind of work. If you're going to use cloning keyframes for, let's say, coloring, that will work better than if you try to modify your drawing later on. This is just a tip. I thought it's important for you guys to know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't draw all of the drawings that you see here. I just once the head starts turning, I kind of took the previous positions, the previous drawings, um like this one, let's say this is the same drawing. I just flipped the drawing and I used it twice because I'm that way you kind of save time and people won't notice that because again this is going fast enough so they won't notice that. But it's a cool effect that I thought that is worth making a tutorial about. Yes. Anyway, that's I'm gonna play this. He's gonna rotate round and round and round he goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. You know where to find me. If you need anything, either in the comments down below or Instagram. But yeah, this is so awkward. No, sir.